Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon.
Salam doktor.
Right. Sehat Nazura?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Hari keberapa Ramadan hari ni? Ingat hari keberapa? Hari keberapa ni Nazura?
24.
Hari keberapa?
25, 24.
Tak, Ramadan lah, bukannya tu.
Allah.
Nazar kita.
14 ya?
Rasa macam 14.
14 kan? Boleh tak ni? 24 ni kelas ni. Macam dah nak tidur je Nazura ni. Dah layu je ni. Okay, insyaAllah we are going to have this session, but there are only 15 of us. Kedua tadi tak ada kelas ke?
Tak ada.
Ada tapi belum tak lecturer.
Ni baru bangun tidur kan ni masing-masing ya? Okay, insyaAllah let us start with our individual prayer. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. حسنة ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت صلى الله عليه وسلم. الحمد لله. We are still in chapter 1. This is the chapter. So I actually missed several points in chapter 1. Right? We have this. Ada soalan tak sebelum saya teruskan? Do you have any question from chapter 1? Ada. Okay. So if you still remember, we have already discussed about the services offered by international banks. So basically there are 6 services offered by international banks, and international banks, for your information, they do not offer all types of these services. Some of them, they just engage in, accepting and providing loans. They accept euro currency, right? And then they offer euro credits, for instance. Some of the banks, they are more comprehensive by providing deposit service, as well as a saving account, as well as they provide loan, and then they also arrange trade financing and other types of businesses. So it is not compulsory for international banks to have all these 6 types of services offered in their branches, all right? But if you have a bank that offer full range of service, that means they offer accepting deposit, providing loans, arrange for trade financing, arrange for forex transaction, as well as they offer hedging activities, and they also act as a consultant or underwriter in the investment line, investment related product. So that bank is known as universal bank. This is the one, universal bank. A bank that offers all types of services, right? Listed under the services of international banks. So they offer retail, wholesale, and investment banking services. All right. Retail, for example, savings account. That one is retail. Offering loans. That one is retail. All right. These are the basic activities of all banks. Basically, all banks, regardless of their locality and focus, whether they are domestic oriented or they are internationally oriented bank, they will offer these basic services, all right? Savings account as well as offering loans, right? And they also offer wholesale banking. Wholesale banking, we're talking about borrowing and lending massive amount of money to the government, giant companies, pension funds, etc. That one is wholesale bank. We're talking about borrowing and lending to big corporation. Retail means, we're talking about individual, for example, small corporation, that one is retail. But when we're talking about huge amount of money deposit, huge amount of lending and borrowing activities, so that one is under wholesale banking. Wholesale, you're talking about massive amount of money. Investment bankings are related to all activities in issuing and buying not government papers, financial papers. When we are in the process of issuing bonds paper, or we are in the process in issuing stocks or securities paper, so we have to get the bank involved, all right, as the intermediary between the surplus unit and the deficit unit. So that activity is known as investment banking, all right. A universal bank will cover or will offer these three types of products. Remember, retail, that is number one. Number two is the wholesale. And number three is investment banking. All right. That is the first point that I missed. And then another point that I missed is about offshore financial center. All right. We have types of banks. We have correspondent bank, representative bank, foreign branch, subsidiary, affiliate, H Act, offshore banking center. That one I missed last week, and international banking facilities. Other than that, I have actually covered. All right. So this is about the offshore financial center. Offshore financial center. All right. So what is actually offshore financial center? Offshore financial center will refer to the financial activities that actually deal with multiple types of currency. We are not talking about, normally when we talk about offshore, we're talking about, having the business at offshore, but that is not the case. All right. That is not the case. It is not necessarily the business must be located at the offshore site, but for example, you have Singapore. Singapore is one of the offshore financial center, right? And we are not talking about having the business at the offshore, but that one is onshore. We're talking about the business in that particular country, right? In Singapore. That is offshore financial center. Some of the activities are related to offshore financial center because the banks are allowed to deal with multiple type of currencies. That one is the criteria of offshore financial center. All right. We have Maybank in Malaysia, Maybank in Kuala Lumpur, for example, if this bank deals with multiple types of currency, so that is actually an offshore bank, right? Offshore subsidiary bank. All right. Majority of the banks that are located at the offshore financial center, they are actually the subsidiary of the parent bank. All right. You can read the definition here. Offshore banking is a type of financial activity that takes place outside the bank's home country and accept a variety of currencies such as the US dollar, British pound, and European euro. This is not limited up to these three types of currencies, but these are just the example. The keyword for offshore financial centers, or offshore banks, they deal with multiple types of currency. They accept deposit in multiple types of currency, and they also offer loans denominated in multiple type of currencies. All right. So the purpose of having the money deposited in the offshore financial center is actually to avoid taxes. All right. All these rich company, wealthy individuals, in order to avoid from paying taxes to the government, is by placing or by depositing their money in the offshore financial center, because all the banks that are located in the offshore financial center, they really enjoy in terms of some liberalization or relaxation from the strict banking rules and regulations. So this is the fact. They have this kind of offshore financial center, and that receive or accept deposit in multiple currency and offer loans in multiple currency. They actually allowed for the depositors to avoid themselves from paying tax. All right, and their identity will be kept as secret. All right, they really treat the identity as private and confidential. All right. Okay, so they also provide, other than deposits and loans just now, they also include in their services asset protection, wealth management, and investment opportunities. Basically, some of these offshore financial center, they get involved in retail and wholesale. Some of them they involve in retail, wholesale, as well as investment banking activities. Right? Okay, what are the attributes of banks that are located in offshore financial center? First, it provides financial freedom and flexibility to its user, right? Financial freedom. So they can deposit their money, and that will be kept as a secret, all right? And they can deposit their money at any time, because it's about wiring the money from one location to another location at any time. There is no restrictions. You're talking about offshore financial center. And then secondly, generally all the parties, all the depositors, borrowers from that financial center, they do not need to disclose their information. All the banks will never disclose the information about their clients. All right. So this is one way where the depositor is able to avoid them from paying taxes. All right. And number three, they will enjoy tax benefits as the profits earned through offshore bank will be exempted from local taxes. All right. So this is the advantages given to the offshore financial center. All right. They are free to do the business at any time. That is number one, because it is about the wire transaction from one location to another location. We're talking about multi-million dollars of transaction. And number two, the information will be kept as secret. And number three, they will be allowed to exempt themselves from paying taxes. All right, so you can refer to this link in order to look at the offshore banks in Malaysia. For example, let us look into the offshore banks in Malaysia. We have offshore financial center in Labuan, right? Okay, let me stop the sharing and share the new one. Can you see now? Offshore financial center, list of offshore banks in Malaysia.
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
All right, so this is the offshore banks in Malaysia, right? These are all offshore banks in Malaysia. So some of them are Malaysian banks, right? Some of them are from other countries, from foreign countries. So they are actually enjoy the freedom in terms of the strict banking regulation, and they also keep the information about the clients very privately. And all the clients, especially these depositors, they enjoy themselves from paying taxes to the government. So if you have a lot of money, so we are not talking about $1,000 ringgit. We're talking about millions of ringgits of transaction. So if you have millions of dollars of money, you can deposit your money here. But if we are not talking about, although you're talking about retail, just now we're talking about accepting deposits, but we are not talking about $1,000, we are talking about millions of dollars, right? So these are all the banks that actually set their operation in Labuan Offshore Center, right? There are a lot, including from our country, Malaysia, as well as from other countries. Okay, so I think that's all for chapter 1. I have covered all based on the given syllabus. Do you have question before we go to the next activity?
Madam, I have a question. For the offshore financial, can you hear me, madam?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. For the offshore financial center, right? So does it only apply for wholesale banking, or it applies as well for retail banking?
For individual, yes. They also offer for individual, wealthy individual, yes. It's not only
Oh,
for
I see.
corporation. Hmm.
I see. So like for if Big K and Wise, does it consider as offshore financial center or not? Because they also accept variety of currencies.
Sorry, what? Come again?
Like for the app like Big K and Wise, is it still considered as offshore banking?
Wise?
Yeah, the app. Have you heard of it, madam?
The apps?
Yeah, it's um like when you travel, they have this specific app where they accept variety of currencies. Oh, so is that considered as
No,
offshore
no,
financial?
no. All right, that one is actually an apps. Offshore
Mm-hmm.
financial center, that means they have to set up their operation at the offshore site.
Oh, so it has to have like a physical bank, like,
Yes,
oh, I see.
yes, a
Okay.
physical bank in that particular offshore location.
Ah, I see. Okay, all right. Thank you,
Right?
madam.
Okay, all right. Most welcome. Thank you. Any other questions? I'm old school. Go travel. We use still use physical money. Any more questions? We have covered all right, from this chapter. Okay, that's what needed to be covered based on our syllabus. Okay, so that's all, yeah, for chapter 1. So we will go to the next activity. Ready? The next activity. Oh, not this one. Let me. Where is the things? Where is the stuff? All right. Okay, can you see the slide, Alisa?
Yes, madam.
All right. Okay. So this is our session today, our interactive tutorial. All right. Sekarang ada berapa orang? There are only 28 of us. All right, 28 of us. So let us start with the first question. All right. Can you start with Nur Alisa? Can you have this question? Can you please help us for this question, Nur Alisa?
Yes, madam.
All right. This is the first question. Tutorial. Oh, you want to do some revision first before we start?
Yes, please, madam.
All right. How long it takes for you to revise? Quick revision
Just for me or the whole
for
class?
all. For all.
Maybe 10, 15 minutes?
Okay, 15 minutes. Can we have 15 minutes of quick revision? Is it okay? 15 minutes class?
Okay, madam.
All right. So 15 minutes. 15 minutes for you to revise. Quick one, yeah? Chapter 1 only. Thank you. Assalamualaikum. Are we ready? Alisa, are you there?
Yes, madam.
Okay, all right. Over to you for the first question, Alisa. You can read the question and tell us whether that statement is true or false.
I think the answer is false.
False. Why?
Because they can do business. Oh, madam, what's the
Okay,
question?
sorry.
Sorry. Um, because um, because they can also do business um domestically, but only if it's in international business related.
Can they purchase equity from international corporation located in America?
Um, mean
Are they allowed to purchase securities or equities or shares from the multinational corporation in the States of America? Are they allowed to do that?
yes,
Okay. Yes. So meaning to
yes.
say they are not prohibited, right?
Oh, yes. Sorry.
All right. Okay. So you are actually having different kind of, now you say it is true, but when you give the answer just now you say false. You are right. Actually, there is no restriction for the HX banks to purchase equities or shares issued by multinational corporation in the States of America. So the answer is true. All right.
Okay, madam. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you very much, Alisa. Can you please suggest a name for the next question?
Muhairul?
Muhairul. Muhairul, can we have you?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Inshallah,
so this is
inshallah.
for you. IBA.
I think false.
Huh? Which one?
I think false.
IBA permits
False, maybe.
foreign banks. Read again.
Is it not true? Is it not false? I think it's false.
Or is it false?
Uh, I think I'll be locked with my answer is false.
False. All right. It is true. IBA permits foreign banks operating in the United States to establish H Act banks. They are allowed to do that. All right. They are allowed to do that. Okay. It is true. Right. Thank you, Muhairul. Can you please suggest a name?
I think Adrina.
Adrina, over to you.
Sharafana.
Adrina.
Yes, madam.
Okay, Adrina, this is for you. Can you please help us?
Jap. D. All of the options.
Okay, very good, Adrina. All of the options, yeah, because they are allowed for to do trade financing, they are allowed to offer forex transaction, and they are also allowed to mitigate risks, hedging activities. Thank you, Adrina. Suggest a name, please, Adrina.
Zahara.
Zahara. Over to you,
Madam.
Zahara.
Sekejap
Mm-hmm.
I think D, madam.
D. All right. Why is it D? What can you please explain in terms of the deposit that they accept? What's the difference between domestic bank and international bank in terms of the deposit they accept? Zahara?
Yes, madam. Sekejap.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think in dari segi scope of operation.
Okay. Can you please explain further?
Kalau domestic banks, they primarily operate within the borders of a single country. Kalau international banks, they are global present and conduct business across multiple countries.
Okay, we are focusing on point A, the types of deposit. So what's the difference between the type of deposit between domestic bank and international bank? The deposit from domestic made in domestic bank and international banks. What's the difference? Sarah?
Sekejap, madam.
You have
Suppose the
Maybank. Mm.
eh,
Type of deposit. Domestic bank and international bank. What's the difference? You have Maybank in KL,
Currency,
you
madam.
have Maybank in Singapore, and what's the difference between Maybank in Singapore and Maybank in Labuan Offshore Financial Center?
Kalau currency,
Yes, currency, right? Domestic banks only deal with domestic denominated deposit. International banks, they can accept deposit in multiple currencies. Okay. How about the loans? Loans and investment. What's the difference? Loan and investment? Still in domestic versus multiple foreign currencies. All right. C, membership in loan syndicates. Membership in loan syndicates. What does that mean? The national banks, they actually play a very important role in the loan syndication program, especially when deficit unit issue bonds to be sold to the deficit unit. Sorry, to the surplus unit. Deficit issue bond, and the bond will be sold to the surplus unit. So in between these two, there will be an international bank. That's why when I explained about universal bank just now, we have three different types of services. They categorized into three big umbrellas. The first one is the retail, the second one is the wholesale, and the third one is the investment. So in terms of that investment bank, all right, with the operation, I mean the products offered under that umbrella is related to underwriting service. What do we mean by underwriting service? So as underwriter, the bank will act as a bridge, mediating a party between the deficit unit and the surplus unit. Say, for example, the deficit unit issue $1 million of bonds, right? $1 million of bonds. So that paper, they are selling paper because they need money. So they are selling paper. That paper will be sold to the surplus unit, right? But in terms of the selling activities, it will involve an investment banker in between. So the role of investment banker is actually to purchase that 1 million ringgit, $1 million from the deficit unit before the certificate is sold to the surplus unit. Should the bank, right? Should the bank that acts as a mediator, has insufficient money in their account, what they will do is, what this bank will do is, this bank will invite other international banks to form a syndicate in order to collect $1 million, right? Because that money has to be paid to the deficit unit. So the bank will purchase that certificate at discount. If the price is $1 million, the bank will pay less than $1 million. So that is the transaction. That's how bond markets, international market is actually conducted, right? So loan syndication is a situation when a single bank unable to purchase a certificate, financial certificate issued by the deficit unit. So what the bank will do, the bank will invite other international banks to form a syndicate. Maybe there will be 2 or 3 banks in that syndicate that will purchase the paper issued by the deficit unit before the syndicate sells the certificate to the surplus unit. So that is the role of international banks. So the domestic bank has no participation in terms of that, right? In terms of the loan syndicate. Okay. Are we okay, Zahara?
Okay, madam.
Right. So the answer is D. You are correct, but justification is important. Yeah, Zahara. Thank you very much. Can you please suggest a name for the next question, Zahara?
Haziq.
Haziq. Haziq? Haziq, are you with us?
Haziq mana ni?
No, Haziq mana? Zahara, which one?
Ikutlah, madam.
Ikut saya. Okey, Haziq yang menjawab lah ni. Okey, Haziq. Haziq siapa? Haziq Hadif, ya?
Ya, madam. Ya.
Berapa ramai Haziq dalam kelas ni?
Ada 2,
Okey, it's
madam.
okay. Ada 2. Okey, Haziq Hadif dengan Haziq siapa lagi satu?
Haziq
Saya
Iman.
tak pasti ya.
Dia jawab dah. Okey, kita mula dengan Haziq Hadif. Okey, Haziq Hadif.
Okay.
Can you please help us with this question?
My answer is B, madam.
B or D?
B, Boeing.
B, Boeing.
Yeah.
All right. They generally also trade forex product for their own account. All right. So we're talking about a facility to trade forex. Definitely, they also trade foreign exchange for their own account. They do not only conduct forex transaction for their clients, but they also conduct forex product or forex transaction for their account. All right, thank you very much, Haziq Hadif. Can you please suggest a name for the next question, Haziq Hadif?
Elha.
Elha. Over to you, Elha.
Yes, doctor.
All right, this is for you. Can you please help us? What is the answer? What is your intellectual guess? Ini kita tak bincang tapi ada bank ni. Hmm.
Investment banks.
Investment bank. Right, investment bank. Remember just now when we go through the slide about investment banking activities, we are talking about what? Underwriting securities, right? It is about underwriting securities. It is not about traditional commercial banks. But here we have to cover these two services, traditional commercial banking functions, and at the same time, the bank engage in investment banking activities. Definitely the answer is not investment bank, because investment bank only concentrated with investment related activities, not traditional commercial banking functions. Commercial function, for example, accepting deposit. That is traditional function of commercial bank. So for investment banking activities, there's no such activity, right? So what's the answer? What is the next best? What is your guess? Which one?
Ke jawapan dia.
Merchant banks. Yes, that's the answer.
Pandai.
All right, Alhamdulillah. So that is the answer, merchant banks. B is wrong. D is wrong because D offers traditional commercial banking functions. All right, international service banks. We are not talking about international elements for this question. All right, so the answer is A, merchant banks. So remember, banks that offer traditional commercial banking function plus investment related activities, that bank is known as merchant banks. Are we clear? El Hashina. Are we clear? Are we okay?
Clear.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Can you please drop a name for the next question? Tak ingat nama kawan-kawan?
Ingat.
Ingat.
Alif.
Alif.
Hmm.
Alif. Alif? Alif,
Saya.
are you there? Okay. Oh, suara kenapa tu? Ngantuk sangat ke apa?
Suara saya memang macam ni.
Oh, memang macam tu. Bukan sebab mengantuk lah ya. Okay, universal banks. Over to you.
Universal banks may engage in investment banking activities, may arrange for foreign exchange transactions, may assist their clients engaging in exchange rate risk. I think D, all of the options.
D? Yes, alright. Mama Alif correct.
Betul.
Because,
Okay,
yes,
thank you.
Universal Bank engage in all types of banking activities. All right, mitigate risk. We're talking about forex transaction as well as investment banking activities. That one is Universal Bank. But merchant bank, they provide services related to traditional commercial banking activity plus investment. But Universal Bank, they cover all right? Retail, wholesale, including investment banking activities. That's why it is known as universal banks. They provide all types of banking activities. Yeah. Thank you, Alif. Give us one name, Alif, for the next question.
Kejap
Mm-mm.
Adam.
Adam. Can we have you, Adam? Adam? Okay, Adam. Please help us for this question.
Is it C, madam?
C. China.
Yeah, China.
All right. Yes, that is the answer. All right. The main when you talk about euro currency related activities, the base is in London. Yeah, majority of the activities are there. And then when you discuss about international banks, it is concentrated in New York as well as in Tokyo. So the most important international financial centers are New York, London, and Tokyo. Tokyo represent Asian actually. So it's actually when you talk about these three main centers, it covers different region. All right, but when we talk about ASEAN, the center is Singapore. ASEAN, we have 11 countries in ASEAN, so the center is Singapore. But in Asia, the center is Tokyo. Right? Thank you very much, Adam. Very well, Alhamdulillah. Adam, can you please give us a name for the next question?
I pick Nazu. Zoo.
Nazu?
Nazura.
Nazura. Okay, Nazura.
Yes, madam.
Okay. This is for you. Which one is the answer? Nazura.
I think it's D.
B
D.
for Bali? D? None of the option?
Yeah.
D for Denmark. Your answer?
Yes,
D for
madam.
Denmark? Okay,
Yes,
D for
madam.
Denmark. That's the answer. Okay, now Nazura, this question is related to multinational banks are often not subject to the same regulations as domestic banks, right? Why? So we have to choose one of the options given here. All right, so it is about the information, right? Adequate information. A, increased need to publish adequate financial information. This is wrong. B, they may be reduced need to publish adequate financial information. The answer is B, Nazura. Right, remember just now we go about offshore financial center, right? They are not required to disclose the information related to their banking activities, related to their clients. They are allowed to treat whatever that they do, all the transaction as private and confidential. So they are not the same as the domestic operated bank, because domestic banks, they have to report what are their businesses, who are their clients. They have to report all those, information to the Central Bank of Malaysia. But multinational banks, they do not have that requirement, right? So the answer is B, Nazura. Right, reduced need to publish adequate financial information. They have to produce, but not in a extensive format, not in a comprehensive form. All right, so less adequate, reduced or less adequate financial information should be published by multinational banks. Although we can argue this point when we refer to Basel Accord 2, because in Basel Accord 2, one of the requirement is to disclose to the public about the international banking activities. But remember, it is not a detailed disclosure, right? Just a minimal disclosure. They are allowed to reduce what they want to publish to the public. Are we clear, Nazura?
Yes, madam.
All right. Thank you very much, Nazura. Can you please give us a name for the next question, Nazura?
Umi.
Umi. All right, Umi? Umi, can you please help us with this question?
Sekejap saya baca.
Boleh?
I think it is A.
Wholesale defensive strategy. What is the keyword that leads you to that answer?
Mm,
What is the keyword for wholesale defensive strategy? What is the keyword?
Wholesale.
Your answer is A, right?
Yes.
Okay, it is related to wholesale defensive strategy. So from the question, what is the keyword leading you to A as your option?
Domestic bank.
Not that one, Umi.
Oh,
Not
bukan.
that one. That is not the keyword. What is the keyword? A domestic bank is the actor. What is the keyword leading you to wholesale defensive strategy?
Client abroad.
Sorry? Which client? Who is the client?
Multinational.
Yes, that is the keyword. All right, multinational clients. A domestic bank that follow multinational clients abroad. All right, that means domestic bank, they set their international operation abroad because following the multinational clients, MNC. They're following the MNC. All right. So that strategy is known as wholesale defensive strategy. Wholesale. The keyword is multinational client. They follow the multinational client or multinational corporation operating abroad. Okay. Are we clear, Umi?
Yes, madam.
All right. Thank you, Umi. Can you please suggest a name for the next question, Umi?
Wira Amirul.
Siapa, Umi? Amirul.
Yes, saya.
Amirul.
Okay, Amirul. Over to you for the next question, Amirul.
Sekejap madam.
Boleh.
Jawapan dia, I think B.
Hmm. Yang mana? Wira Amirul. Tak dengar saya.
B.
B? Is it B? Bangladesh.
Yes.
Okay, what is the keyword leading you to that option?
Prevent erosion.
Mm-hmm. No, that is not the keyword.
The traveler's checks during an foreign
Yes.
business market.
Yes. We're talking about traveler's check. So this is more about retail, all right? Small number of customer. You're talking about individual, or you're talking about a group, you're talking about small companies. You're not talking about multinational corporation. When we are talking about multinational corporation, we are focusing on multinational corporation, domestic bank, go international, because following multinational corporation, that one is wholesale defensive strategy. But when domestic bank set up its international operation, because they follow the retail, individual tourists or students, or they are following small and medium enterprises having their operation in the foreign country, that is not known as defensive, but that is known as retail defensive strategy. Are we clear between these two? Mira?
Yes, doctor.
All right. The rest, are we clear between these two? Defensive, wholesale and retail defensive strategy. Are we clear?
Clear, madam.
All right. Good. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Okay. So thank you very much, Vira. Vira, can you please drop a name for the next question?
Maybe Batusha.
Patricia, over to you, Patricia. Patricia, you're being ordered.
Boleh dengar ke?
Boleh.
Okay. Kejap Jawapan dia B, madam.
Before Bangladesh.
Yes, B.
What is the keyword for that?
Uh, Marketing, managerial marketing knowledge development.
That is they use marketing and managerial knowledge. What is the impact of using that knowledge? What is the impact of that knowledge?
Reduce managerial costs.
Okay, so companies, banks, they go international basically because they want to exploit on low marginal costs due to the managerial and marketing knowledge that they have developed in the home country. All right, they develop the knowledge, managerial and marketing knowledge, and they use that knowledge in the foreign country. So they enjoy reduced managerial costs. All right, so that's why they go international. So it is about low marginal costs, right? Reduced managerial costs as a result of the managerial and marketing knowledge that they develop in the home countries. Are we okay?
Yes, madam.
Alright. Clear ke tidak, Batrisha?
Clear.
Clear, alright? Okay, so Batrisha, thank you very much. Don't worry if you get wrong, because our exercise is not to prove who get the right answer, who get the wrong answer. This exercise is actually to jog our mind, right? It's very important for the future leader to actually read a situation and justify and then make your decision. It's okay, no problem. This is an exercise, all right, in order to jog our mind, in order to become as a rational person. Yeah, all right. Thank you, Patricia. Can we go to the next person? Patricia, can you please suggest a name?
Kaisha.
Kalisha.
Yes.
Kalisha, can we have you for this question? Kalisha, are you with us? Patricia, nama lain? Macam tak ada je. Kalisha tak ada.
Haziq Iman.
Haziq. Haziq
Iman.
Iman?
Yes.
Yes, Haziq Iman. Not Haziq Hadif, yeah? Haziq
Yes.
Iman?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
This is for you. This question is for you, Haziq Iman.
Okay. Oh shit. Sorry.
Boleh baca kuat-kuat, tak kisah. Tak apa.
Sorry, madam. Sorry, je. I'd say the answer is B, knowledge advantage.
Okay, what is the keyword?
The parent bank's knowledge of personal contacts and credit investigation.
Right. Okay, so when the bank exploit on the parents' bank knowledge, so meaning to say the banks go for that international activity because of the knowledge advantage. The answer is B. All right. Thank you very much, Haziq Iman. Can you please suggest a name for the next question?
I was Nabiha.
Nabiha, can we have you?
Yes, madam.
All right, Nabiha, this question is for you.
I would say B.
Come again.
B, Bangladesh.
B for Bangladesh. Can you please explain? Why is it B?
Because it's multinational bank, so it's use of foreign currency for
All
deposit.
right. So they do not have to provide any deposit, any insurance to cover the deposit.
Come again, madam?
US-based multinational banks are not allowed, they are not required to provide insurance for the deposit that they receive from the public. Is that so?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. And how about the reserve requirement? This one is more to US. We do not really understand about. I think this question is not. It's not fair. All right. Can we skip this question, Nabiha? Is it okay? We skip this question because this one is US based. All right.
Okay, madam.
All right. We go to a more universal question. All right. This question, Nabiha.
B, madam.
B. The answer is B. So that's explain what is actually prestige. All right. So that is the answer. Other than that, it doesn't explain what is actually a prestige operation. All right. Thank you very much, Nabiha. Can you please suggest a name, Nabiha, for the next question?
I'm not sure. Maybe Lokman. Can Lokman?
Lukman, are you with us? Lukman?
Yes, I am.
Okay, this is for you, right?
Madam.
Ya?
Kaisha request nak masuk tadi.
Ah, siapa?
Kaisha.
Mana dia? Dia request nak masuk? Kat mana dia? Sekejap.
Tadi dia dah masuk dah. Lepas tu mic dia tak dengar.
Dia tak dengar. Ada pun? Tak ada request pun? Tak ada. Mungkin tak berapa stable ya dia punya ni. Connection dia.
Tak sure lah. Tadi dia cakap dia dah buka mic. Tapi tak dengar suara.
Ah. Tak ada. Tiada dalam
Tahu tu
senarai.
ada yang unknown user.
Hmm?
Yang angkat tangan tu.
Yang kat tangan?
Tu lah. Ada tu. Unknown user.
So tangan dia kenapa ni?
Mic dia problem kot. Madam tak dengar.
Unknown user. Ni siapa?
Rasanya tu lah dia.
Siapa dia?
Aino Kaisha.
Alah, kesian dia. Tak apa, Aino, tak apa. Nanti dia lah technological glitch ni macam-macam kan. It's okay. Kita pergi balik kepada yang ni ya. Tapi nak angkat tangan tu kenapa? Dia bercakap saya tak dengar. Boleh teruskan tak? Boleh? Dah hilang dah soalan mana tadi. Tak apa. Okay, who's responsible for this question?
Saya,
Siapa tadi lupa saya?
Luqman Hakim.
Lukman, yes, Lukman.
A.
Your answer is? A. All right.
A.
So what is the keyword? What is the keyword? Risk reduction from A.
Diversification.
Yes, that is the keyword. When you talk about risk reduction, we always talk about diversification. Very good, Lukman, mashallah. All right. So can you please suggest a name for the next question, Lukman?
Azri.
Haziq dah jawab. Lagi sekali.
No, Azri.
Azri. Okay, Azri.
Ya, saya.
Okay, Azri. You're being summoned. So this is the question for you. Can you please help us?
Okey, sekejap. Saya rasa B, madam.
D for? D Denmark?
Yes, madam.
D Denmark. What is the keyword? Keyword. Regulatory advantage. That is the question. And from D, what is the keyword? That match the question and the answer. Apa keyword dia?
Regulation, madam.
Yeah, they're not subject to the same regulation. All right. You're talking about regulatory advantage, right? So they are not subject to the same regulations as domestic bank. Okay. Thank you very much, Azri. Can you please suggest a name for the next question? Yeah.
Azrizal, madam.
Azrizal.
Azrizal.
Azrizal,
Ya,
are you
madam.
with us? Okay. Pukul berapa jam sekarang?
Dah nak buka, madam.
Dah nak buka. You duduk kat negara mana ni? Duduk kat Sabah kan?
Tak ada, madam. Gurau je.
Okay, tak apa. Tahu bergurau. Pukul berapa sekarang? Nanti saya santap sampai ke buka kita ni.
Dah nak 5:30.
5:30. Okay, ada masa lagi. Okay, Azrizal, this question?
Sekejap ya, madam.
Okay. Azrizal,
Saya rasa C, madam.
see what is the keyword? A bank may establish a multinational operation for the reason of retail defensive strategy. So which of these statements explain about retail defensive strategy? Just now I mentioned about retail defensive strategy, the definition of retail defensive strategy. Bank, a domestic bank follows individual tourists or individual students, right? Or small and medium enterprises abroad. That one is retail defensive strategy. Wholesale defensive strategy is when a domestic bank follow multinational corporation abroad. So now this question is related to retail defensive strategy. So which one is the answer?
C ke, madam?
C,
China.
China. Is there any keyword related to retail defensive strategy, such as students, individual students, or enterprise, small enterprise, or tourists? Is there any keyword in C related to that? Ada keyword dia tak yang berkaitan? Can you find any keyword related to retail defensive strategy in C? Is there any keyword? Azrizal?
Sekejap, madam. Saya blank.
Oh, blank. Weh. Okey tak tu? Blank takut pengsan tak dengar. Okey, bagi orang lain. Azrizal, you ambil next question. Ada orang lain tak? Can you please suggest a name for this question?
Akmal.
Akmal, can you please help Azrizal for this question?
Ya, saya rasa B.
B, right? The keyword, you can find the keyword, right? In B. Yeah. Can you please spell out the keyword? I mean, can you please mention what are the keywords?
Travelers check, tourist and foreign business markets.
Yeah, that are the keywords. We're talking about individual. We're talking about small operations, a business. We are not talking about multinational corporations. When we talk about multinational corporation, that is automatically wholesale defensive strategy, right? But retail, travelers check, tourists, students, that one is under retail defensive strategy, or small and medium enterprises or micro enterprises having their operation abroad. So small and medium, banks, domestic bank will follow to set up their international operation in order to cater these societies, right? This group. Are we okay, Azrizal?
Okey,
Azrizal
madam.
faham tak? Faham tak benda tu? Faham tak beza dia?
Faham.
Okay. Thank you, Akmal. Azrizal, next question is for you. Hmm.
A.
What is the keyword? What is the keyword?
Wholesale defensive strategy.
Yeah, wholesale defensive strategy. But in A, what is the keyword? Indicating A is wholesale defensive strategy. What is the keyword?
Foreign banks.
No, that is not the keyword. So you look into at this phrase, yeah, to prevent the erosion of their clients to foreign banks seeking to service the multinational foreign subsidiary. So this is the keyword, all right? A bank follow their multinational customer abroad. This one here, multinational customer abroad, because they want to prevent the erosion of this bank to other foreign banks, right? Meaning to say, in order to prevent the multinational corporation clients from opening up their opening up their account in a foreign bank, the domestic bank must follow the multinational corporation. Contoh dia, we have for instance, katalah apa syarikat Malaysia yang besar, Malaysian based. For example, okay, katalah sambal nyet, you tahu kan Khairul Amin tu. Like say, you imagine this sambal nyet is a big company, all right, incorporated in Malaysia, owned by Malaysians, and then now this company, open up its, value chain activities in, for instance, India. Because they get most of the supply from India, bawang dari India, chili dari India. So this company decided to open up their value chain activities, in India. They have their marketing activities in India. They have their manufacturing activities in India, and distribution activities in India. So Khairul Amin is a big company, sambalnya, tak tahulah apa nama syarikat dia. It's a big company leaving Malaysia to open up another operation in India. So this is maybe multi-million dollars of customer. So rather than allowing this sambalnya to have their operation in India and let foreign bank handling their operation, it is better for Maybank to open up their operation in India in order to cater sambal nyet, in order to give financial services to sambal nyet. So maksudnya dia ikut sambal nyet. Ini contoh ya, kita cuma berikan contoh. Saya beri contoh saja supaya you faham apa itu wholesale defensive strategy. Maybank di Malaysia, dia dapat tahu sambal nyet Khairul Amin yang merupakan multinational corporation bercadang untuk membuka operasi di India. Disebabkan Khairul Amin ni dia adalah pemilik kepada MNC, multinational corporation, ataupun syarikat multinational, alright. Jadi Maybank bercadang untuk pergi ke India supaya Maybank dapat memberikan khidmat keuangan kepada sambal nyet yang merupakan syarikat multinational. Alright, itu adalah wholesale defensive strategy. Pada masa yang sama, Maybank juga nampak ada beberapa syarikat multinational dari Malaysia. Contohnya kita ada Alif Sukri, alright, syarikat Alif Sukri juga berhasrat untuk ke India. Dia pun nak buka operasi dia di India. Jadi Maybank pergi juga ke India. Alright, sebab ada multinational corporation, Malaysian multinational corporation open up their operation or value chain activities in India. So to avoid these two Malaysian-based multinational corporations from having their account in other foreign banks, so Maybank go to India and open up its operation in India. So that strategy is known as wholesale defensive strategy. Do you understand? Azrizal.
Ya saya. Betul.
Faham tak? Faham tak?
InsyaAllah faham.
Faham ya? Alright. Retail defensive strategy is when a bank set up its operation in the foreign country because they can see, a number of students, right, studying in that particular country, or they can see numbers of tourists, right, been traveling into that particular countries. Or maybe they can see many small and medium enterprises or micro entrepreneurs open up their operation in that particular country. So in order to cater this, these people, so Maybank, for example, open up their operation in that particular country to cater the individual or micro and small and medium enterprises needs, not multinational corporation. If multinational corporation, that is for wholesale defensive strategy. But retail means you're talking about a small number of you're not talking about big companies. You're talking about small companies. You're talking about individual travelers. You're talking about families, for example. Can you see the difference between these two?
Yes, madam.
As result, are we okay? All right, yeah. Okay. Next question. Can you please suggest a name as result? Ada nama?
Siapa
Can you please
yang
suggest a
belum
name?
ni? Tak tahu madam siapa lagi.
Saya pun tak tahu, saya tak kenal.
Sudah.
Ha?
Wan Irina.
Arena? One Arena.
Saya madam.
Wan
Okay.
Irina.
Thank you, Azriza. Which one is your choice?
Saya rasa A kot.
A.
Ya.
Yeah, that is the answer, right? Growth prospect in a home care nation may be limited by a market largely saturated with the services offered by domestic bank. Domestic bank, when the competition is intense in the domestic market, it is advisable and recommended for the domestic bank to have their operation in other market in order to exploit on the untapped opportunities in the foreign markets. All right, because small market, domestic market, as Malaysia is a small market, Singapore is a small market, so in order to grow further, they have to open up their branches in other countries. All right, so that is for the growth reason. Okay, Wan, thank you very much. Can you please suggest a name, Wan?
Shamimi.
Shamimi? Shamimi, can you please help us with this question?
Yes. Kejap madam tengah baca balik.
Boleh. Nak baca kuat-kuat pun tak apa.
This one, D, madam. All of the options.
All of the options.
Options,
Correct.
yes.
All right. Yes, that is the answer, Shamimi. All of the options. Banks go international because of growth and they want to diversify the risk. They also exploit on this low marginal and transaction cost because they have developed the marketing and managerial knowledge in the home country and they bring all the knowledge abroad, so that reduce the costs. All right. And as well, they have information services. They establish the information related to the services and prestige. So the answer is D, all of the options. All right. Thank you very much, Shamimi. Can you please suggest a name for this question, Shamimi?
I don't know who did not answer yet. Hold on.
Just suggest a name.
Azri Ikmal?
Azri Ikmal.
Yes.
Okay, Azri Ikmal,
Yes,
can we have
it-
you?
Dah,
Yeah, can you?
madam. Okay, orang lain.
Tak apa, nak sekali lagi.
sekali lagi.
Popular lah tu. Correspondent bank. Types of international bank. Correspondent bank.
Sekejap.
Hmm. Correspondent. Kita dah cerita dah kan? In the last lecture, last week. Correspondent relationship.
B, madam.
B, Bangladesh?
Yes, madam.
Yes, very good. All right. Correspondent bank relationship. Very simple. Two banks maintain deposit with one another. We have Maybank and Bank of China, for example, right? They maintain the deposit with one another. A definitely is wrong. What is the purpose of the banks to write about the credit condition of their country? Siapa nak tahu kan? Syndicate is not this one. It is not about correspondent bank. Syndicate is about investment banks, right? So B is the answer. Thank you very much. Can you please drop a name? Can you please suggest a name?
Satu, madam. Yep.
Sesiapa je. Dia orang semua rela. Pasrah dan reda.
Najla, madam. Najla.
Najla. Okay, Najla. Can we have you, Najla?
Ya, madam. Sekejap.
Yeah, all right.
D ke madam?
Huh? D for? Denmark.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, D. The answer is D. These are all explaining a correspondent bank relationship. All right. Very good, Najla. All right. Thank you very much. So that will allow the multinational corporation to be served at very low cost. And then they do not have the bank is not required to send their own personnel. Remember, correspondent bank is about establishing account with one another. Maybank establish an account in the Bank of China, and Bank of China establish an account with Maybank. So there's no requirement for these two banks to send their personnel. Their account will be maintained by Maybank's account will be maintained by Bank of China in Bank of China, and Bank of China account in Maybank will be maintained by the personnel in Maybank. All right, and C is another explanation of correspondent bank. There is no physical facility to be established for correspondent banking relationship. Thank you very much, Najla. Can you please suggest a name for the next question, Najla?
Sekejap apa kan? Mir ada ke?
Elmira tak ada. Emira. Class rep. Class rep ada? Emira.
Dia tak ada madam. Dia tadi dia cakap dia ada urgent matter.
Dia apa?
Dia ada urgent matter.
Dia ada urgent matter. Okay. Najla, suggest a name. Thank you. Boleh bagi satu nama, Najla?
Apa lagi yang belum?
Najla panggil je.
Hasnizan?
Hasri?
Hasnizan.
Hasnizan. Can we have you, Hasnizan, for this question?
Boleh, madam.
Okay, thank you.
D code.
D for Denmark.
Yeah.
Yeah, both B and C are correct. B, letters of introduction, yes, that is the service provided by correspondent bank. And forex conversion. All right, so the answer is D. How about A? Salah kan?
Tak rasa tu betul.
Itu macam delivery company kan? Alright, so mana satu ni? B. Sorry, B ke D tadi? B, D.
Donkey. Denmark.
Donkey.
Ha.
Baca betul-betul.
Baca betul-betul?
Betul
Betul.
Okay, so B and C, yeah, they provide that kind of services, correspondent bank service. Next, thank you very much. Can you please suggest a name? Representative office.
Boleh panggil orang sama kan?
Boleh. Yang dah lama rehat tu. Panggil yang dah lama rehat.
Okey, kejap kita cari. Muhairul.
Muhairul?
Ada lagi.
Ada. Janganlah tinggal dulu.
Tak tengah mesej dengan Has.
Main-main mesej lagi. Okay, yes. What is the answer? Representative office.
BCOT is a small service facility staffed by a parent bank.
B for Bangladesh.
Yes. Agree.
The answer is B. What is the reason? What is the keyword?
Because says
what is the keyword?
Designed to assist.
You tengok C pun sama, design to assist. C pun sama, design to assist.
Maybe by the parent bank.
That's the keyword. Small service facilities staffed by parent bank. That is the keyword. Okay, for correspondent bank, there is no requirement for the foreign bank to send their people, their staff to the foreign location. But representative office, the parent bank will send their staff, okay, to the foreign location. All right, so the answer is B. Yeah, thank you, Muhairul. You
Saya
tadi
pilih
message dengan
Hasnizan.
siapa? You Hasnizan.
Tak, saya pilih Hasnizan.
Tadi you message dengan Hasnizan lah kan?
Dia cakap dia nak jawab lagi sekali.
Okey. Hasnizan, silakan. Ni soalan berulang lah. Is it? Oh. Okay, next question. This one. Hasnizan, yes. Hasnizan, mana pula? Diam pula dia.
Ajak. Ada. B.
B for?
Bangladesh.
B for Bangladesh. Alright, operates like a local bank, but legally is a part of the parent bank. So that one is a foreign branch bank. Next one, last one. Tak ada masa dah. 5:50 saya berhenti. Dah 5:50 dah. Satu soalan yang terakhir, closing. Panjang pula. Saya yang pendek. Okay, soalan ni. Hasnizan, can you please suggest a name?
Doktor
Ni
pilihlah
US.
seorang sebablah soalan.
Saya nak pilih yang pendek. Tadi tu soalan US. US ni. Okay, yang ni. Soalan yang terakhir. HX banks are so called because Hasnizan boleh jawab tak?
Boleh tapi Jaan nak baca.
Boleh?
Kalau B,
B for?
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh, yes, that is the answer. H Act. H is the name of a senator in the States of America that actually designed the facility which allowed all the US bank, American bank based in US to offer international banking services to multinational corporation. Okay, the answer is B. Correct, that's correct. All right, thank you very much, Hasnizan. Okay, so that's all for today. So these are actually the question I extracted from your textbook. So I really hope after Hari Raya, right? I do not know what will be the arrangement. Maybe you can go for on sharing basis or whatever, but I think it's good if I can provide the question by using that ebook. All right, so I just assign the question on the ebook so that I can see how many of you responded to that question. All right, before we discuss in class, you should have prepared this question beforehand, and when we come to the class, so that we can discuss like just what we just did, today. Right, so you answer first, and then it doesn't matter salah ke betul, so you go to class and then we discuss apa yang salah, apa yang betul, kenapa dia betul, kenapa dia salah. All right, so it's up to you, but I really appreciate if you can buy the ebook. The cost is 54 ringgit if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that's all for today. Is there any question before I end this lecture?
Doctor, so does it mean that the book cannot be shared since you're going to share the question dekat ebook?
Ebook tu based on individual actually. So I really appreciate if you can purchase it on individual basis.
Okay, thank you.
Right, thank you very much. Any other questions from the floor?
No, madam.
All right, so thank you very much for your participation. I really appreciate the activities today. So it's okay, it's just our first meeting with this kind of exercise. May Allah forgive me and may Allah forgive